Welcome back to another week of SoCal Business and Basketball Report. Tonight we're here in Santa Monica, California, where we were at the Sierra Canyon Crossroads game tonight. Well, of course, we waited a little while here to see Sierra Canyon. They're the team with the yellow jersey this year, and the Stars come out when they play, but we've covered quite a bit of Southern California. We've seen most of the competition, and tonight we wanted to see how the team with the yellow jersey's doing. We'll start it off with some of the business items here in the Santa Monica area, and of course, when you talk Santa Monica, it's the Silicon Beach area. Silicon Beach runs from basically Santa Monica down to LAX, and then it runs inland to the Hollywood Hills area. And what you have is traditionally, of course, the tech scene in California. Silicon Valley is where the history is with technology. But in the last 10 years, the Silicon Beach area has really taken hold. You have startups next to the big boys. There's about 500 tech companies, and all the offices are near each other. It kind of started in Santa Monica. And there's some of the larger companies along Jefferson Boulevard, the runway that runs into Playa Vista. Google, Facebook, YouTube, Spaces, EA, Hulu, SpaceX, they're all here with large presence. And while Northern California, they're going to focus more on the pure tech, the AI, for example. You're going to see a blend of the technology here in Southern California. So take wellness, for example, the Dollar Shave Clubs right here in the area, utilizing technology. TrueCar is in Santa Monica, where you can get information on automobiles, new and used, and all the dealers are paying toward the site so that they can get some leads with the contact information, for example, with that company. Bird Scooters, right here in the Abbott Kinney area, an area that really gentrified, and that would be a transportation company, really. It's scooters, but it helps people in this area initially get to the expo line, the train stations. You use your phone with the app, and the scooters are spreading throughout the country now. Lime is the scooter company that would be based in Northern California, and then Bird is right here. And their offices are right next to, across the street rather, from Snap's offices, as they've taken up a bunch of space in that Abbott Kinney area as well. Beats Electronics is another company that's here in the Culver City area. In terms of wellness, you have the Honest Company, which is in Playa Vista. That would be Jessica Alba's company, and their whole thing is to get rid of petrochemicals, kind of an ethical consumer goods type of company, and pressing for more testing for those products. In fashion, you have the Textile Fashion Group, which would include Fabletics, Shoe Dazzle, and Fab Kids. A lot of these programs where you can order clothing, they'll deliver it to you, some fashion items on a monthly basis. MeUndies is it's an underwear company. They'll send you stuff on a monthly basis. Let's see, Black Tux is another company where you can get suits, tuxedos, and that, utilizing technology and fashion. And last mention on the fashion side, Textile Fashion Group, they have 5 million active members, so it's become very large. So with all this activity in the technology sector here, housing's just gone through the roof. So Venice, Santa Monica, Playa Vista, Playa del Rey, El Segundo, Culver City, it's all shot through the roof. And it's for a young person, this is if you have some venture capital behind you, it's a nice place to open up your business, as opposed to say Silicon Valley. It's awfully enticing to be near the beach here. Let's see. All told, Media Kicks calculates that Silicon Beach has a startup valuation in the area here of $155 billion. So it's become a major area for technology, and a lot of young techs are gobbling up the housing. And traditionally, the venture capital really took place out of Northern California, and that's still pretty much true, but there's some of that's seeping into this area here. Basketball-wise tonight, we had Crossroads, who they lost Shaquille O'Neal's son, Sharif. He graduated, he's at UCLA, and he's actually sitting out this year. He had a heart surgery, so it looks like his health is fine moving forward. LeBron James' son is going to be at Crossroads most likely next year for high school. He's here for 8th grade this year, and he was at the game tonight. Anytime Sierra Canyon plays, all the stars come out. Scottie Pippen's son, he committed to Vanderbilt this week, and of course they were here to watch their son. The Sierra Canyon team tonight, they did prevail 72-43, and Taryn Frank sat out. Cassius Stanley had a very nice game. He made a nice 360 dunk, and it got LeBron's approval. He nodded when that 360 went down. Christian Coloco, who's headed to Arizona, 7-footer, who's new to Sierra Canyon this year. He had a pretty nice ball game. Kenyon Martin Jr. played well. I mentioned Scottie Pippen and Cassius. And then the freshmen, we got a good look at Amari Bailey, who's a freshman at Sierra Canyon. He committed to UCLA. Now, it looks like there's going to be a coaching change at UCLA, so we'll see what continues with Amari. But he's a strong freshman, about 6'4", nice frame. Doesn't play a ton because they have so many players at Sierra Canyon. In fact, there's a new player this year, Jiao Hao Yu, who's a 7-footer from China that's on the bench for Sierra Canyon. And so he's not getting a lot of minutes, but next year those young guys will. And I wanted to hone in a little bit on KJ Martin. He's a guy that I like him quite a bit. He's 6'7". He's not committed at this point. When you watch him his first few years of high school, you feel like he's a power forward, but he's a guy, maybe, to be honest with you, a couple inches short to play power forward at the NBA level or at a place like UCLA. But if there's a new coach that comes into UCLA, I would take a good look at KJ. I talked to his father, Kenyon, this summer about how Alvin Robertson was a center in high school and went the junior college route, played a couple of years at Arkansas, and was a 4-time NBA All-Star with the San Antonio Spurs. And if KJ can get into the right situation where there is a power forward in the program, there is a center in the program, and he can play on the wing and develop there, I think he could develop on the wing, and I hope that's what happens for him, because I think he's going to have to go there to develop eventually into the professional levels. So West Virginia's on him. A lot of the programs around the country are on him. But I just hope for his future that he can get into a situation where he doesn't have to play powered forward, because he plays hard, and I really like his game. If you're nitpicking, I mean, Sierra Canyon's the team to beat without question. It's hard to wear that yellow jersey all year, and last year everyone was shooting for them. But if you are nitpicking, they don't have that pure shooter this year. Last year, Dwayne Washington could hit the three when they needed it. Dwayne's at Ohio State this year. But that shooting need, it's going to arise at some point in the state playoffs. So if they hit someone that's hot, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But they're awfully tough. They're They're strong, they're physical, they get to the bucket, they hit the mid-range. So we'll see what continues to happen through the rest of the season with them. That's about it for the night here from Santa Monica. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week from a neighborhood in Southern California to bring you some nuggets about that neighborhood and some very good basketball players still yet to cover this year. Have a good night.